is not just that kind of a simple life. So you have to give thanks for the people. I'm just talking for the bulk, the majority of the people who wants to live like Christ. Okay, and they say, well, they're follower of Christ, and they love the Bible, and people do love the Bible, and people read the Bible and they follow the Bible, and every Sunday or every Saturday they go to church, and they read the Bible and they fall in love with the Bible. And I mean, as the emperor say, I mean, the Bible is a very important book. There are plenty good things in the Bible. It's thou shalt not kill, or I have not killed, okay, or thou shalt not steal, or I have not stolen. All them different things there are different things that's just good. It says to love your brother as yourself. You can't love a man more than yourself. It says to live in peace, in harmony, and it says a good woman does do this, and a good woman does do that, and a good man does do this, and it says enough nice little good stories in the Bible, enough good things in the Bible. So definitely you have to give thanks for that, right? And you just take the good from it and what you don't like in it. So if you go in the Bible and you see, well, people with broad, big nose are ugly, then you say fire burn, so you don't really take that on, because you understand that beauty is not really how thin your nose is or how broad your nose. I mean, that's not really beauty. That's a fictitious form of beauty. So people just do all type of things to acquire that type of synthetic, or that's beauty for some type of people. They might be beautiful like that, but me and Priske Lash, I'm wonderfully beautiful just the way I am, with my big black broad nose, and I give thanks and I glorify how exactly I look. So definitely the Bible is just a book that's very symbolic and contains lots of beautiful things, but it contains some things that's very questionable also. So you pick the good and then the bad. You just you just like you're driving in the road and there are many holes in the road, potholes. There are pothole there, pothole here, pothole there, pothole there. And while you're driving, you could just turn left, turn right, and then you escape all the potholes and you drive on nice little smooth road. Same thing in the Bible. You just get the goodness from it, and then the badness you stay away from it. So definitely, when you look at the life of Christ, because people that's really the bulk, I mean, the St. Lucia, as we are principally in the country of St. Lucia, and we're doing a live television program, so the background on the live YouTube would not be the same green background, because you have green screen, so you'd be seeing something else at the back, but at the end of the day, the bulk of the people in St. Lucia are what you call Christians. They are people who actually follow that doctrine of when it comes to the whole aspect of the God, the Dios, that characteristic of perfection. People follow Christ, right? The bulk of the country is Catholic, Anglican, Adventist, Pentecostal, Evangelical, all type of things, right? So, I mean, when you examine the life of Christ, you examine that. Very important, because and I'm not preaching to you, I'm just teaching you. Okay, so most times people complain about the state of their life. Oh, my life is horrible, and da 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 da, this, ting ting ting, bling bling bling, da 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 da, ding. They will just complain and say all manners of stuff. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't speak that thing. I'm just gonna give you the sounds, da da da, ting 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 ting, bling bling bling, whatever people complain. I really wouldn't speak it, but and yet still they claim that they are Christians. They are people that actually follow the gospels of Christ. They live within that realms where they follow the Christ man, Livity. Now when you look at from the inception of the whole Christ story, you look at they say that his mother, virgin was a virgin, the Virgin Mary, right? I mean, she got pregnant, okay, and she was just about to get married. She was about to marry a man called Joseph, right? And she got pregnant, and she had not married the man yet, okay, right? Blessed love, Edison Selassie Chapel, give thanks. Mecca Sunshine, give thanks for all the people blessing us up right on our YouTube live. Because we have YouTube live and the Facebook live. We give thanks for all those people on Facebook, said we that's blessing us up specifically. But the man Christ, when his mother Mary, when she got pregnant with him, right, she was about to get married to a man called Joseph. All right, so most of us, I'm saying that most people complain of their lives and say their life is a horrible life, and that's what's in their life, and that's what's in the life, and yet still there are people that follow the Christian doctrine, or the Christians, the evangelical, the Anglican, the Catholic, the Adventist, the Church of God, the Nazarene, the some kind of thing, but they follow but the life, they complain about the life. But then say, well, look, but you saying that you're a Christian, you want to be Christ-like, and as we would say, a Christ man. So when you examine the life of the Christ man, from the time that his mother, he was conceived, the egg and the sperm actually collided, and he was created, right? I don't really I don't really go through that whole aspect of virgin birth and thing. Of course, I mean, for a woman to get pregnant, she have to know a man, right? The first man, if he has an umbilical cord, he must come out of a woman, because that's what is attached to the placenta, right? The umbilical cord is attached right there. I mean, the woman actually feeds the baby for the 9 months, right? So from the conception, when Mary was actually, impregnated with the Christ, that was a moment of confusion. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. It was confusion because Mary was about to get married to Joseph. Look, she's pregnant there now, and she never, came together, as they say, sexual intercourse. She never actually, get physically intimate with Joseph. So from that point, remember, that's a Christ man's life, From even in the conception, there was confusion, there is chaos. They say an angel of the Lord had to come and speak to Mary and say, Mary, take it easy now, man. I'm disciple, right? You're fruitful with a divine soul inside of you. That's a God man not coming out of you. That honorable. Take it easy. Now, when you read and you hear angel, from that so-called from that biblical perspective, you have just to keep it in that same reference. Okay, if you're talking about King Tut, or you're talking about, you still see whole heap of things whereby from inception is difficulties and extraordinary circumstances that the Christ man, that savior, that person who actually came to save his people, they have from that beginning, that point, that inception is trials and tribulations, and it's definitely a tough battle. So Mary pregnant, she's about to get married to Joseph, but she never had any kind of intimate relationship with him. They never come together, they never had no sexual contact, right? Boom, boom, boom. So she afraid, and an angel had to come. Now, who's an angel? The same Bible tell you, well, mind how you entertain strangers, that you might entertain what? Angels at unawares. So a stranger, which is a man in flesh with teeth and mouth and eyes and beard and turban and robe and these things there, definitely is an angel. So an angel is a man, and a man is an angel. So when I say, well, an angel of the Lord came to speak to Mary, right? That Mary, man, come on, take it easy. Oh my God, you have a divine, fruit in your womb. Everything going to be blessed. This man there is blessed of the Creator. So everyone is, okay, so Mary get calm and cool. And then the same angel go and speak to Joseph. Now, say, Joseph, what am you? Fire. Take it easy, man. Sometimes them things there, happen and thing, when you have to take care of the youth, because he's a divine angel, So I'm saying that when we complain of our personal circumstances, and then we want to be a Christ man or a Christ woman, or look up after that principle of Christ. Carlos Stewart, blessed, giving thanks. Angelina, give thanks for our YouTube and our Facebook people blessing us up, definitely, right? So when you examine that life, and because people are complaining about their lives, oh boy, I went through this, I went through that, you complain. I'm saying, look, right? The Christ man, from his conception, was already confusion. Angel, a man, had to come and speak to the empress there, Mary, and say, come on, take it easy now, man. Think blessed. And speak to Joseph, right? So then, Now, I mean, everyone wants to emulate the Christ figure and to want to live a life like the Christ. But I'm telling you that even after the woman was pregnant, she had to move herself because she's pregnant. You know, the shame and thing and this and that. So all type of things must have been going through Mary's head, you know. You're about to get married, you pregnant, it's not the man you're going to get married, it's not his child. Boy, am I supposed to keep that child? What am I supposed to do? Should I jump off a step? I mean, I'm just telling you the logical thoughts that might come into a woman's head that's impregnated with a child, and the child is not the child of the man that she's about to get married to because she never touched that man yet. So all types of things would be going through this person's head. That's the conception of the Christ figure. All right? So out of all that chaos, out of all that badness, that perceived badness, emanates a divine being. So that's what I always love to look at the brighter side of things. Okay, now to think that it's all done and okay, it's finished and it's all done and yeah, man, oh man, I mean that's all. I mean, okay, all right, she go through this and then the angel talk to Joseph and thing and everything nice. Okay, all right, so then as soon as the man born, they want to kill him because this prophecy come out that yeah, man, a male child was supposed to be. Remember, you know, from conception, you know, the man already in trouble. He born now. They say the king of the time say, well, they had a prophecy that say a man child shall come and things shall take over. The man kill all firstborn. I'm talking about the Christ man, you know. So your life, right? So then in your life, you might have had some difficulties, some trials, some tribulations. I'm saying that, right? You being a being that actually seeks to live after the principles and the concepts of the Christ man, you going through them same set principles. You going through the same set principles. Have to give thanks and glorify because from time the man mother get pregnant, if him is confusion, he born, they try to kill him, and his whole life was spent running around from place to place, from child trying to escape persecution. Who wants to be living like that? Okay, so you're born in library, but you have to live library and then you have to go view fort. When you go view fort, they find out there, you have to run there, you have to run here, you have to run all around the place. You live like as if you're a nomad, like as if you're moving from spot to spot. So the life of that Christ child was a life of moving around the place. Until he go to temple and then he move, his mother move and thing and they were fire ready, he had to come back and look. I'm just expressing to you what that book that you honor and you respect and you love and you go to church and you follow it every time. So then I'm telling you, well, look, when things are tough, you know, and things are rough, if you follow the principles of a Christ being, from Krishna to Tankaman, from Heru, right, from all these ancient beings, right, who came in their time, the dispensation, their life was not no easy life, right? So when we examine our lives, and we see that in our lives there are difficulties, there are trials, there are tribulations, then I personally as a man that say, yeah man, of course. How else I expect it to be? Because I am a Christ man. That's it. How else I expect it to be? Yeah man, I'm going to go through trials and tribulations. So if I say, well look, from time I was a baby, I was sickly and thing, you know, and enough different things and this and that and check my own life story. I say, yeah man, give thanks for them extraordinary experiences because it's out of such great tribulations, out of such great sufferings that greatness does come out of. So when you examine your life and then your life might have particular aspects, activities, you know, things in the past that might appear to have been terrible, horrible, disgusting. Remember man, when the man was conceived, there was confusion. His parents did not know because his mother was pregnant with a child and she didn't know who the father is, and the man, say, boy, what are you going to do now? You're going to be embarrassing as a man and thing. And, come on then. Born and they want to kill him and all around the place, and man, come on. So whatever life that we have, whatever way our lives are, whatever way it is that we are living as a people, right? No matter how difficult your time might look to be, right? Understand that out of the chaos, creation begins. And out of great tribulation, right, do you really have remarkable people created. So embrace your challenges. Whatever challenge you might be having, you have to embrace it. Right? Whatever difficulty you might be having, you have to embrace it. You have to embrace your difficulties. You have to look onto them and say, yeah, man, give thanks, man. Because as an extraordinary being, as someone who have extraordinary works to do, and as a man of purpose, you must have challenges to actually, test to see whether or not that you are indeed made of fine gold and you are worthy to actually fulfill whatever works that needs to be fulfilled. And so we give thanks for all trials, we give thanks for all tribulations, and we give thanks for every opportunity that we have to actually fight it, and move with the flow, because not everything you have to fight, There are things that you have to stay cool and just let the energy just carry you through. So we give thanks definitely for this divine moment as we are with you once more on Livity. Right? We are with you on Livity, and definitely we are living it. Right? And we give thanks for all those people who specifically have been looking at whatever it is that we have been teaching over the time. All those people who have been with us, living with us. Specifically, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. And we give thanks for this definitely divine opportunity that we could be with you again and we could share this divine moment with you. So right now, the point of the matter, the point where I share this little story with you, is that you might understand and appreciate your own past and your own history. Right? Not to tell you, well, this about it. I'm telling you, well, right? If you grew up and your mother was your father, and whatever, give thanks. If you were abused, if you were beaten, if you were cursed, if you were deceived, give thanks, because the Christ man actually went through a similar path, and more than likely, you going through extraordinary challenges means that you are also an extraordinary being, and you have extraordinary work to do. So you have to give thanks, right? So even tonight, we're going to have the Honorable Prophet Edison going to give a summary of all the minerals that he actually went through. The people on YouTube, you won't be able to actually see the presentation, but the people on Facebook Live and also the people who are live in St. Lucia watching the television program, you are going to be able to see his slideshow specifically. So those on YouTube, you could listen and follow with us, and those on Facebook, definitely you could see everything going through. My Lord, give thanks. Yes, sir.
Yes, give thanks for life and the mighty life giver and all good things. Indeed, everything is good. It's all good. And it's blessed. It's balanced. And certainly, hard times certainly create strong people. And as difficult as things may seem, we certainly get stronger from them and we grow. So let's keep pushing forward as we stand within our own gold mines and we begin to mine the very essence of creation, which is a positive thought, which is the word. So as we look at, particularly the major minerals that we've gone through, briefly in a succinct slideshow, which is actually going to summarize all the major minerals, which are those that you need the most of. These minerals are absolutely essential and are what makes our physical structure so powerful, so strong, so sturdy. Indeed, we've gone through quite a number of minerals, vitamins, we've looked at the various aspects of them and we've delved in deep. So now is really just the time to tie it all in, that we have the full understanding, that the understanding that we right here within all of this knowledge, within all of that goodness, that we already exist within. So, through the understanding of the minerals, we actually gain greater insight as to how our healing is going to take place. I mean, we eat, we drink, we inhale, and we have to understand and overstand and understand every aspect of what's going on around us. And that is to fully overstand nature. So in nature, minerals exist as the building blocks of creation of life. And we're gonna go into it with an open mind that we can actually fully absorb and at least get that mental image of what every single mineral is needed for. So we're gonna do it in the part of two minerals, that two slideshows, sorry. That's the major minerals and your trace minerals, because there are quite a few of them, quite a number of them. And I want to make sure that all of you are able to remember, at least what they're there for and where you can get them. But of course, this is going to be brief, so it's not going to be as in depth as the individual or previous shows, the individual or previous sessions where we went deep into the minerals like calcium and phosphorus, and where we actually dissected the whole molecular structure. What is it going to do to our structure? How does it build up our structure? So as we proceed, certainly we have a number of things to speak about, and just give thanks once again for the divine moments, for the divine presence. As right here in the now, we just, a little too late for the future, as I think the Honorable said last time, and that certainly gives us this divine timing where we can change and move things and actually influence our future, because we create our own reality and we are standing within our own uniqueness, our own greatness, and this is certainly part of it. So, without further ado, we have the slideshow, the mineral slideshow. Major minerals. So certainly, I mean, there's major minerals, which are, the key seven minerals which we need more than 100 milligrams of. And that doesn't mean that you're taking any pills or any tablets. It simply means that within whatever is being recorded or whatever daily value you're looking at, or however much fruit you need or however much nuts you need and so on, that would be the recorded value. So the major minerals, they make up most of the physical structure and are required in large quantities. So these are things like electrolytes, which exist within our physical structure to maintain hydration, to maintain our muscular endurance, our muscular function. This is also, most of the major minerals, being it electrolytes, they actually work with our nerves. So this is our entire nervous system that we're looking at, which is one of our most important systems, whereby we are able to feel and sense and experience life through our senses. And of course, our muscles, which are majority of what allows us to move, our muscles and our bones, they really allow locomotion, they allow our physical structure to be able to move, they allow us to stretch and to move things as well. So major minerals also, the imbalances, they lead to major hampering of bodily functions such as bone or nerve damage. And that happens when we're seriously deficient, when we're not at all concerned with these minerals, or if we just can't get enough of them. The trace minerals, however, are vital to the physical structure, but are needed in smaller quantities, meaning that when we consume them, the foods that we consume don't contain extreme amounts of these minerals, and nature has already built it that way. So these trace minerals are found in smaller quantities, and they of course make up most of our enzymes and support all chemical reactions in the physical structure in the body. I know it's nothing bad here, it's the goodie in fact. So these trace minerals are important. They also affect regulatory functions like the regulation of blood sugar, the oxygenation of the blood, and glandular support, which overall makes them quite vital. So these are our two divisions. These are our two categories of minerals, whereby we're able to dissect them just to have a more full understanding. I mean, not to be too separationist, but I mean, we certainly have to take this in parts. So our first mineral we're going to be looking at is actually calcium. And of course, we have a list of them right here, the seven major minerals, where we have calcium, which of course is for the bones. Our bones are made up of calcium, and that makes up most of our physical structure. But we also have sodium, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, chloride, and sulfur. and these are our major minerals, of course, within the physical structure. So certainly we're gonna go right ahead where we have our first mineral, calcium. And this is, just a brief summary of some of the benefits and what it is used for. And I mean, we've discussed calcium in depth. Well, calcium phosphate making up the bones, our, bone structure, whereby we're able to hold up the muscles and actually, have a sturdy physical structure. Not to mention, our bones are certainly what gives us that rigidity that we can stand, and even if you get into an accident, your bones actually save your internal organs from being damaged. They prevent that damage. So the bones, it's essential for the bone structure, for the development of the bones, for the strength of the bones, or its density as well, along with other things like vitamin D. And also it's necessary for our teeth. It's essential for our teeth, whereby the health of our teeth, since it is actually, one of the calcified structures, and it actually maintains its rigidity through the use of calcium as well. It is also necessary for muscular action, whereby calcium aids in muscle contraction and also in the beating of the heart. So the contraction of the heart is also dependent on calcium as much as it is on other minerals like potassium and so on. It is necessary for the clotting of the blood and for vital activities of the physical structure of the body. And these just include, our major functions. Of course, all of these are major, but we understand and we understand that these are vital activities of the physical structure altogether. So we need calcium in large quantities because it is necessary for major functions within the physical structure. And to be deficient in a major mineral like calcium, well, you can expect to be on the short end of the stick, because that is, of course, one of the biggest downfalls, where we have soft bones up there. We have, decay. That could be tooth decay. And, just as well, we have the degradation of these calcified structures, where we have the biological sense, where it's not calcified so that it cannot move, or that it's dead. No, but it's actually calcified to maintain rigidity, to maintain its density, its strength. Also nervousness, mental problems, muscle spasms, cramps, brittle nails, eczema, and of course all of these occur primarily when you're deficient in calcium. So you could look at brittle nails just being a simple example, whereby your nails are not going to be as rigid as they should be, or as dense or strong, because we are deficient because one is deficient in calcium. And you could get calcium again from all of the natural foods. We don't need to go to any pills, any pharmacy. So we can sit right in our living rooms, munching a packet of almonds, munching a packet of walnuts, and be consuming calcium, which is vital for our physical structure. So we have on the almonds, walnuts, we have beans, particularly, chickpeas, of course, the pigeon peas as well. We have quinoa, broccoli. I'm sure you could put other grains up there like amaranth as well. We have dark leafy greens, and you have some herbs such as red clover and red raspberry, which actually contain calcium. So we're certainly going to be going deep within this one as we consume this every day to get our daily value. Next, we're going into sodium.
I think we take an intercession and then we'll continue.
All right, honorable, give thanks.
I think we take an intercession, honorable, and then afterwards we'll definitely continue after the intercession. But I mean, one of the richest source of calcium, and that's something that we have in great abundance in St. Lucia. CMOS, Yes, I mean, yeah. It's like you're talking about water, and you mentioned clouds, right? So give thanks. Definitely, we're going to take an intercession within that time to take in some pay some B wells, as they would say, and definitely afterwards we'll definitely continue. Blessed.
Blessed Lord.